Chakram is a circle kind of a thing, disc kind of a thing. And then you have Pasham. Pasham is a knot. There are different kinds in which you can put knots. That is also is taught as a education, as a science to all the kings or whoever is learning. Hold on, wait, let me finish. Then a mace. You know what a mace is, right?
Yeah, it's like a thing. It's like a stick with a circle.
Yes. Whatever Hanuman holds in his hand, gada. In Telugu it is called gada. In English it is mace. Yes. Vyuham is a formation. Formation. Mace veru, mace is different. M-A-Z is different from M-A-C-E. Bolt. Bolt is similar to a thunderbolt. Kind of bolt. Now I will tell you the most important of astras. That because in total you know how many astras? Yes.
Is that the knot thing? Is it the rope? Is it the rope or is it like the?
It can be done with rope. It can be in a setting of a forest.
Like a technique.
Technique of tying. That is called Pasham.
Okay.
The reason why they have to learn Pasham is because they are in a forest kind of a setting. All that they have is trees, roots, probably. Imagine a banyan tree with a lot of roots hanging. They have to probably contain wild animals so that they don't come and attack them. They don't want to kill them and disturb the ecosystem of the forest itself. They just want to contain them so that they can get their work done, and then while going they'll just chop off that knot and they'll release and they'll run away. So that kind of a thing, in that kind of a setting, they need to know how to knot to contain a lion, to contain a leopard, to contain an elephant. So knots are very important. Yes.
Is it technically possible to learn it in modern day?
Probably because yes, some of them are, because I will tell you how and from where you can learn. Especially knots, they are put as carvings on our temples. There are a lot of temples in the southern part of India. If you go and observe the sculptures that they have done, it looks like a modern day muggu. We put muggu, right? Like with dots, you put a lot of structure. That is, if you pull one string from each side, it will create a knot. Muggu is not for just artistic way of expressing. It's not just for that. There are a lot of ways. They used to teach Pasham in the form of muggu. So if you take any simple chukkal muggu, like you put something like this, right? This is a simple one I'm putting. Like this. If you hold these two strings and pull them like this, that will create a knot. And in that knot you can put something in the olden days they used to put milk and the curd. They used to put in a structure which is similar to knot, and they used to hang it up there. Utti antar that. Why do they do that? So that flies or kind of when you're walking, the dust doesn't fall into it. They put it there. So that is also a knot. So everything can be taught everything is taught in this kind of lessons. In this particular context, why are Rama and Lakshmana learning this is because in future they'll go into the forest, they'll have to face different kinds of circumstances. So this is a learning for them. Yes, somebody had a question, sorry. Yes.
So is the Pasham the thing where the Varna is hanged and Krishna goes eating?
Yes, that is Utti, correct. It is made of some kind of Pasham, some kind of knot, right? That's right, you are right. Yeah. Now coming back to Astra. What are the different kinds of one Astra? At least can somebody name one Astra?
Brahmastra.
Yes, Brahmastra. Brahmastra, there is a movie recently. That is the reason I was expecting it from everyone. No, you might be knowing it. I'm not saying that, but from kids I was expecting that. Yes. Astra is a missile. I just told you, right? It's a missile. So the kind of astras that Vishwamitra teaches Rama. Now Vishwamitra is talking to Rama and he's telling what is that he's going to teach him. Okay, Vajrastram, which is very very powerful. It's a thunderbolt kind of a thing. The minute you invoke that astra, it is going to put the thunderbolt on the target that you have selected. Pidugu padam antaru kada. That's a different one. That's a different astram. I'll tell you that.
Oh, I thought it's a diamond.
What?
It is strong as a diamond. When you look how the thunder happens, the color of it is very similar to the a diamond color, right? It is very lustrous. It shines like a diamond. That is why it is called Vajrastram. And then Brahmashira Astram. There is another called Brahmashira Astram. I don't know exactly what it does. Another thing is Aishikastram. You must have seen it in one of the most recent movies. Kalki. Grass blade. You can take a grass blade, you invoke some power into it and you throw it. Ashwadhama exactly does that to that lady, to that woman. So Aishika Astram. That also he teaches. So you don't have anything in your hand, like you don't have a bow, you don't have an arrow. You are stuck amid a forest. You need to invoke one astram and get the target. Aishikastram. You can also convert a blade of grass into your weapon. That is another kind of astram here. Varunastram. Varunastram is rain. Varuna is rain. So all the 5 elements. All the 5 elements. What are the 5 elements? Yes, you can go on. You don't have to. Fire is light. Fire is light.
There's only 4. Oh yeah.
Okay, we know all the 5 elements. So there is an astram for each element. Varunastram is for rain, right? Agneya-astram, Agneya. What is fire? Agni. There is one astram for Agni. So when you put that, there is fire all over, right? And there is something called Pinaka-astram. Pinaka is a weapon of Shiva. That is why Shiva is also called as Pinaka-pani. Pinaka-astram. Narayana-astram is the astram from Vishnu himself. And there are a lot. There are probably 150 of them or 60 of them that he teaches. And there is a meaning for everything. If you guys are interested, I'll share the details with you. Astrams, there is a list of them. Okay. Now when it comes to chakra, Dharma chakra, Dharma chakra, Kala chakra, and Vishnu chakra. No, Vishnu chakra is not Sudarshan chakra as per my understanding. It's different. I don't know the details. But Sudarshan chakra is different from Vishnu chakra is what I understand.
But Vishnu is the one who possesses Sudarshan chakra, right?
Vishnu possesses Sudarshan chakra. Vishnu chakra and Sudarshana chakra, they are not same. Probably, I don't know how, in what ways, but if it is Sudarshana chakra, they would have written Sudarshan chakra. That is what I am saying.
Probably it is coming from the person who is attaining them, that's the reason.
No.
That's my understanding.
Your understanding, but they are different. Or maybe is Vishnu himself, he already possesses, I don't know. Because Rama in his avatar, he never uses Sudarshan chakra. Krishna uses, but Rama doesn't use. So I don't know if Vishnu chakra and Sudarshan chakra are different. And then there is a last chakra called Aindram. This belongs to Indra. Aindram. So there are 4 chakras is given. And then Pasha, the knots is Kala Pasha, Dharma Pasha and Varuna Pasha. Those are the 3 Pashas he teaches. And then when it comes to weapons are different from astrams apparently, because missiles are invoked by mantra, by hymns. Weapons are probably the physical ones. That's what I'm thinking. When I read, that is how I understood. I might be totally wrong. Again, subject to correction. Weapons are Kankalam, Kapalam and Kankanam. These are the weapons that they have. Yeah.
So these are the things which
Rama is being taught by Vishwamitra.
But there are many other things too.
Could be. There could be many other things.
Okay.
It is like he is giving the curriculum to the students right now.
Got it.
These are things. And he teaches a sword, he gives them a sword called Nandana. And these astrams he also teaches. So there are astrams for different things like how to intoxicate people, how to put them to sleep, how to just get them down but not kill them. Just bring them down physically and not kill them. So there are different kinds of things that he teaches. Okay? So this entire learning happens, and the next day after all these things are taught, so what happens is these are all energies that come and surrender to Rama. Now Rama has the power to invoke each one of these astras separately, interest them like this is your target, go get this thing done and come back. But he cannot invoke intoxicating weapon and ask it to go and kill the target. That it cannot do. So Rama has to know the knowledge of when to call which astra. That is the lessons that he is being taught and how to invoke them. So that is the lesson he is being taught. Now that is done, next day morning they all set and they start going towards the hermitage of Vishwamitra. That is where he has to take care of both the demons, Maricha and Subahu. That is where they are headed. On the way, Rama is thinking. Rama is totally engrossed in the kind of education that he got just from Vishwamitra, and he's thinking about it. And now then he asks a very brilliant question to Vishwamitra, saying that you have taught me how to invoke all these astras, how to call them and how to give them a target and send them. But I want to learn how to reverse these things. That is very important, right? Otherwise, once the missile is launched, if you lose control over it, it will go and destroy the entire world. So he should also know how to bring them back, how to how to bring them back. So he asked. That is when Vishwamitra is like, yes, I have given this education to the right person, because he is also thinking about the devastating effects of these astrams if they are not controlled properly. Now he gives them the astras, the reversing effects of each astras. And there is a different name for each astra, how they can be reversed. It is so much of detail like that. I was like, okay, now I am not going to read about those reversible astras. So I will give you the screenshots if you want. I have written them. Basically what they have done is they have written everything as in a poem kind of a thing. It is even difficult because suddenly they talk about astras, then they go to chakra, then they go to mace, then they go to astra again. So that is the reason I had to really sit down and categorize each one of them and at least understand how many different kinds of things are there and then categorize each appropriately.
Can they use mixed and match?
Everything can be done, anything can be done. And what's the time now? 4:25. Okay, now they are headed towards Vishwamitra's hermitage. They reach Vishwamitra's hermitage, and from the distance they give a description of Vishwamitra's hermitage, which is very prosperous. There are flocks of birds flying over that particular place. There are animals. There are herds of cows grazing. They are very healthy. They are beautiful. So at this point of time, Rama asks Vishwamitra to give the significance of that particular place. That particular place is related to Vamana, and story of Vamana comes here, which I am not covering today, because we want to really proceed and go and kill those two demons. Any questions? We in the sense Rama, and we have to learn how. Any questions? Yes. Now he goes to the hermitage of Viswamitra. Okay, in the hermitage of Viswamitra, there are other sages also. Now Viswamitra along with all the other sages, they decide to take upon this yagam, and that goes on for 6 days and 6 nights. Right? 6 days and 6 nights, they will not be even sleeping. They will be focused on the yagam. And how can they not sleep and still be hale and healthy? Why? What kind of power they have?
They're immortal.
No, they are not immortal. So if you remember, in the very first stage of when Vishwamitra took Rama and Lakshmana, the very first lesson that they were taught was Bala and Atibala. These lessons, Bala and Atibala, they give them power to stay awake and still not feel that tiredness. And that is what they will invoke during the 6 days, so that they can stay awake and then they can protect the yagna. So these demons, Maricha and Subahu, are so smart that they are quiet for the entire 5.5 days. And towards the end of it, because if something is destroyed in the step 1 or step 2, you will not be so demotivated. You will be like, it's okay, I'm in the beginning, and at the very beginning of it, I'll reiterate it. But when something is 95% done, and the last 5% is remaining, and something is destroyed at that point of time, you feel demotivated. You don't want to continue it. Like you'll give up on it. Chances are very high that you'll give up on it. So on the last day, on the last half of the day of Yagna, that is when Maricha and Subahu start attacking. Now Maricha and Subahu they have come to attack along with their forces. Now Rama and Lakshmana are kind of gazing at them, looking at them, and assessing their powers. So what they try to do on the last day, the fire in the yagna is that it has flared up. Now they are about to get the results of whatever yagna they are trying to do, and now these guys come and they try to put blood into it. That is when Rama invokes Mana. There is something he has learned so many astras, right? he invokes Manavastra against Maricha. Manavastra, what it does is, it doesn't kill the person. It just puts the person away. So that is the Astra that takes Maricha 100 yojanas away from the place where the yagna is happening. Why does he decide not to kill Maricha?
Because he doesn't want to harm him at the...
That is the nature of Rama. Rama thought that he will change. He doesn't have to kill this person. Yeah.
But like, because he was more like, how like, what was the mother's name again? Marina. Oh, okay, never mind.
Okay. So the reason why he does not kill Maricha is that he thinks killing is not a solution for everything. People have to be given a choice, given a chance to reform themselves and change themselves. And Maricha comes in the later part of the story when he takes the form of the deer. That is when he comes.
That's when he...
Yeah. Yes. So that is when Maricha again comes back. Okay. And so he still has.
See, if he would have killed in the first place, this would.
Then Ravana would not have been killed. He still has a role in getting Ravana killed. Maricha has changed. Actually, after this episode, Maricha understands that Rama is very noble person and nothing can stand in front of Rama. Actually, he tries to school Ravana. He tells Ravana, don't go with him, don't go behind Rama. You're only going to get destroyed if you go behind Rama. He tells, but Ravana doesn't listen. That's a different story. But he still has a role in Ramayana. He still has a role in getting Rama towards Ravana. That is why he is not killed yet. There's a bigger purpose of Maricha. And another reason is Maricha is not dangerous. Rama thought that Maricha will change. And he was right. Maricha did change. And he warned Ravana. But Ravana did not change. So Maricha is not killed. Maricha is like Manavastra will just take the person away and it throws in a different location. So 100 yojana is a lot of distance where he cannot come. So in a different source, what I have learned or what I have read is this place wherever he goes and falls is Mauritius. Today's Mauritius.
Ooh.
I read it somewhere. It is not from Valmiki Ramayana because Valmiki Ramayana doesn't know Mauritius. So there is no reference to that. But this is what I read in different books. So, one second. That is what happens. And Subahu is killed by another Astra called Astra. Subahu is killed. And Rama and Lakshmana together, they take care of the remaining ardents. That is the story. That is how these two people are killed. In the next class, we will talk more about how the Astras are conceived. Who are these Astras? Because they are formless human beings. They also have parents apparently. Yeah, we will learn little bit more about Astras and then we will proceed to Mithila Nagara. Maricha will not.
Why did he apply the same as
I do not know because Subahu's probably his karma is done and Subahu needs to die. Like there is no purpose of Subahu staying back in the earth. Probably that is why his karma ended. That's it. Yes. I will check that now and I'll let you. Alright, thank you guys. Thank you everyone.
Yes.